Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History of Comics podcast. This time on another edition of the Classics, where we'll be covering at least the first few volumes of Ultimate X-Men by Mark Millar and Adam and Andy Kubert. This was, of course, the second comic in the Ultimate line that saw a parallel line that rebooted the entire Marvel Comics, first beginning with Ultimate Spider-Man, which we covered last week, and now with Ultimate X-Men. And in this one, Mark Millar, who previously had made his name known on The Authority, decided to take that edgy, more morally gray writing to the X-Men, as is shown in here. For instance, the X-Men they tend to bend the law more and trying to protect the mutants and so forth. And also, as it starts out, Wolverine is introduced as working for Magneto as an assassin sent to kill Charles Xavier. And it just goes from there. I mean, and the art by the Kubert brothers is fantastic. Yes, it does use the black outfits from the movies that didn't work out well in hindsight, but they do look a lot better in the comic book. And you see it was more of a Black Ops look to it, and so forth. But the series, especially those first few volumes, are great. Add a little more greatness to the role and so forth. Wolverine always is a character that's more interesting as an anti-hero, and he continues to show it off throughout the entire series. And of course, this you would be remiss if not pointing out in the first two volumes when the Ultimate Nick Fury showed up, which was naturally modeled after Samuel L. Jackson, and the rest is history when he pops up at the end credits of Iron Man, played by Samuel L. Jackson. And so if anything else, it was this Ultimate X-Men run that gave us Ultimate Nick Fury, Sam Jackson. So that's worth something right there. So if you want, the Ultimate Comics are a fun little curiosity that's actually had a long influence, long since then, has been blended with the main universe with, of course, Miles Morales and Ultimate Nick Fury. So they're definitely a fun read for checking out. And if you're looking for those first few volumes, check out Ultimate X-Men, because those in hindsight are true classics.
My name is Mark McCray, and I'm the author of The Best Saturdays of Our Lives.
I'm Dan Klink, co-host of the Best Saturdays of Our Lives podcast.
The Best Saturdays of Our Lives features programming trends from the 1966 television season all the way through the last hurrah of the early digital age of the 1990s.
On the show, if it's animated, we talk about it.
Order your signed copy today at tbsool.com.
And listen to the podcast at esonetwork.com and all podcast platforms.
Now it is June 15th, 2023, time for the favorite comic book of the week, Clobbering Time, number 4 by Steve Skroce, which once again finds Big Grim the Thing teamed up with someone else new in his crazy adventure against his time-traveling villain, this time with, of all people, Dr. Doom, who's also trapped in this weird void-like negative universe, as they must work together to escape, though, of course, Doom is still evil. As it goes. Skroce does a fantastic job, once again, contrasting these two characters who naturally hate each other, and also he finds a new way to show us how evil Doom can be. Let's say, the image of a hamburger is one of the funniest things I've seen in my entire life. Does it brilliantly, and the art is just brilliant as well. It has this hyper detail, a little bit weird to it, that Skroce brings all his style with some great action. This weird time travel universe is just a lot of fun to read. It's just one of the most, Clobbering Times has been one of the most fun books on the stands lately. Just fun work with Ben Grimm, who's always a great classic comic book character, and seeing Dr. Doom's always a plus as well. So you want this a fun read, check out Clobbering Time, number 4. And with that, that'll conclude this edition of the Classics. Though I do need to go in and throw in, I finally got around to seeing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Fantastic sequel to the best comic book movie ever made. I can't call it perfect just yet because, it's not much of a spoiler, but it's a two-parter and it ends on a cliffhanger, but you'll be begging for March 2024 to come around because that is so brilliant. Great voice cast, animation just as brilliant the last time. They upped the ante, expand the universe. Highly recommended. This is my favorite movie of the year so far. I don't see anything else topping it. And with that, we will conclude this edition of the Classics. Join me again next week for another edition. And until then, go out and enjoy yourself a good comic book. If you can, check out those early volumes of Ultimate X-Men by Mark Millar and the Kubert brothers, because those are true classics.